with what I know you wanted to talk about how to take a picture, and I actually had my son take a picture of me a couple days ago because he
Cool.
has a good camera, but he hasn't sent it to me, so I don't know.
Is this your older son?
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
don't know where it is, and he's going to school for like digital arts and stuff. So
Awesome. That's nice. That's helpful.
oh my gosh, yes, it's wonderful.
Okay. So basically, I just want to, I'm just hit record for this so I can send it to everybody else.
Sure.
So I kind of want to go over a couple things that you and I just talked about, but so that everybody else can hear it. I should have recorded earlier, sorry. But it's getting close to the end of the month. Let's see, we have 6 active days until the end of the month. So 6 more days to hit Success Club. And that is totally possible. So a goal that I always set for Success Club is Success Club 5. And the reason why that I always make that a priority is, as I explained to you guys when I was at your house, if you're hitting Success Club 5, then that means you're making enough money to pay for your Shakeology. And to have that little reward, it is so beneficial to be able to keep moving forward if you have those little rewards along the way. Just those little reassurances like, okay, I am moving forward, you know? So those little reassurances are what's going to get you to the end result, which is why the business has set Success Club 5 for us and why it's really important for you as an individual to try to hit that.
I have a question about that. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, it's fine.
So I was talking to Natalie a couple days ago, and she said that Success Club points are available no matter if you are an emerald or not. And I guess I didn't realize that. I thought that you had to be an emerald in order to even accumulate success points.
Nope, Success Club points are for everybody.
Okay.
So Success Club 5 is a goal for everybody to hit. Emerald, which was the next thing I was going to talk about, why it is so looked up, you know, why everybody tries to get to Emerald so fast. And the main reason is to get those leads. I think I talked to you guys about that too. When somebody orders from like an infomercial or orders online without a coach, they're up at 1 a.m. and watching TV and they're like, I need T25, which happens all day long. Then they get assigned coaches who are already Emerald. And that is what's called a customer lead. And it's really nice to get those leads because the first order that they place, you don't get the commission on. But if you can get them into like a challenge group, then any orders after that, you get the commission. Okay? I make roughly $200 to $300 a month just from my leads. That's after, because a lot of them are on Shakeology Home Direct now. They've gotten into the challenge groups, etc. So it does pay off to be Emerald. And to make $200 to $300 a month, it takes a while from your leads. That's like accumulated over time. But it's definitely like a good chunk of my income now. So leads are a huge, huge, huge part. Along with, when you hit Emerald, that means you have one coach on each leg, your right leg and your left leg, and you're eligible for Team Cycle bonus, which is when your strong leg makes 200 volume points and your weak leg gets 100, you get a cycle. That's called one cycle. And you get $14 per cycle as an Emerald coach, which doesn't seem like a lot. But if you can get up to 10 or 20 cycles, it's 140 or 280 dollars per paycheck. That's per paycheck. So Team Cycle bonus that's for once you get higher up. Are you guys still hearing me? My picture keeps moving around. I'm not cutting out, am I?
I don't know why it's doing that, but I hear you fine.
Okay, good. As long as you can hear me. All of a sudden I see my face just shift and I'm like, what is going on? But once you get higher up and have more people underneath you, your Team Cycle bonus is going to be way more than your commission. You know, if you're hitting Success Club 5 to 10 every month and adding 2 to 4 coaches a month, eventually your Team Cycle bonus is going to be $300 to $500, and then after that, $5,000 to $1,000. It's going to keep growing, and your commissions will probably stay the same. like
Okay.
60 to 150 every week.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why building a team is so beneficial. And Emerald is the first step. And Emerald is they can be both discount coaches. It doesn't matter if they're active or not. They have to be active. They have to have active next to their name in your back office. So they don't actually have to be selling anything. As long as they're getting Shakeology Home Direct, they're going to be active. And if they're a discount coach, that's fine. Totally fine. It still makes you Emerald and gets all of those benefits. And then every time their Shakeology order goes through, you get the volume points for it. And you'll still get your team cycle bonuses. So it's a really cool thing to do.
What happens if you have a coach that gets they sign up for the Shakeology, the
Home Direct.
the one that, comes monthly.
Yep.
Yeah, Home Direct. And then like month 2, they decide they don't really like it. And so now they want to cancel it. Now what? What happens to that coach? They become inactive?
They're inactive. Yep.
Okay.
Then you would need to replace them to keep your Emerald status. Yep. But there's no you don't get charged or any, there's no deductions on your part. Unless they return it. If they return their entire challenge pack, then you get deducted your commission and your Success Club points.
Okay.
It doesn't happen very often to
Got it.
return an entire challenge pack. Because I know even when I first started, I got a flavor once that I hated. The greenberry, I don't really like.
Well, I've heard it from a lot of people. I've not tried it yet, but I've heard it's bad.
Yeah. Some people love it, but most people don't like it. And I wanted to switch. It was my first order ever. And I called Anita. I was like, this stuff is disgusting. I hate it. And she had a few chocolate and was able to trade me a couple of sample packs for some chocolate.
Yeah.
I love the chocolate, but she didn't have enough to trade me the whole thing. And so she was like, well, you can return it. And the idea of returning my workout was like, hell no, that is not going to happen. I'm not returning this workout. So I just choked down the greenberry and then the next month got chocolate and just never ordered again. So it's very rare that somebody actually returns the whole program. You know? So, and if it happens, it happens. I think I've only had it happen twice to me. So it's not a big deal. Yeah. But if they go inactive, then yes, they're not.
Then you need to replace them.
Yes. Yep. And some discount coaches, I have a lot of discount coaches that order like every other month, and that's fine. They'll order, so they'll be active one month and then inactive the next, and then active the next month, and so on and so forth. It's fine. I just make sure I don't count on them. I just know, okay, at any point in time they can go inactive, so don't rely on them.
Right.
Yeah. So let's see. And I just started. Now that you got me into all these spreadsheets, when I finally learned all the tabs and everything, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in heaven. So this weekend I just reorganized a whole bunch of I have all these notes and stuff, like these papers full of notes and a whole bunch of stuff into spreadsheets, and I'm really excited. But one of them that I did was I mapped out all of the team members that are actually working the business on the Motivation Nation. So not just my personally sponsored team members, but their coaches and their coaches. I made spreadsheets for everybody, and I've been following everybody. And you and Eric are so brand new, so you still just have the one column. But I've been following everybody, and I think I told you all that I was invited into Anita's elite training.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So in that group, that's what they suggested that we do, is really work with our coaches. And that's why I want to do every Thursday. I want to kind of, for whoever wants. I'm not going to do it unless people want, and I think you guys said you wanted to. I will go through and just kind of, I'm not going to be mean. There's no way I'm going to be like, oh, you're not doing this and you're not doing this. But if I see something that I could maybe help you with, I will definitely tell you in a nice way. I'm not going to tear anybody down, but it's just a nice way to just see. Like, I remember Anita did that to me when I first started, and she messaged me once, and she's like, Jill, your baby's adorable. And I was like, oh, thank you. And she goes, but I want to see your face. She goes, you haven't posted a picture of your face in 3 days. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize And so then, you know, it was just a nice way for her to tell me, start
Yeah.
posting more face pictures because people want to see you. So those are the things that I'm going to be looking for. It's just because some of that stuff you won't notice right away. But when I was filling out that spreadsheet, I was getting really proud because everybody so far is doing really good. And we've got some really good leaders on our team, and which is why we were picked to be in this elite group. But I'm really excited to be moving forward with this. I think it's going to be really fun. So I will let you all know on Thursdays how you're doing and if there's anything that I can help you with, any little things like that. So who just joined us? Jackie. Hi, Jackie.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm really good. I'm trying to work this thing.
Trying to figure it out?
Yeah.
Well, at least we can hear you. We can't see you yet, but we can hear you.
Okay.
So the last thing I want to talk about before I go into like profile pictures and stuff, and Jackie, I hit record. So anything that you missed already, you can watch again in the playback. So don't worry, okay?
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. A lot of people couldn't get on tonight, so that's fine. I just made the calendar for June for our team. And we're going to have a team open house. We're going to do a 3-day open house on, oh gosh, now what day did I put that? Hold on. Let me look it up. Let's see. Hold on, you guys. I'm still here.
Oh, you're good.
Here it is. Oh, yeah. Okay. So on the Friday the 5th, we'll start it. It's just going to be a 3-day open house. It'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that will be a good thing to invite any people who are interested in coaching and learning more about the business side of it. So not really, I mean, you can add discount coaches to it, but it's more or less for people who are really interested. So if you have friends who, even though they might be discount coaches, but you think they'd be a really good active coach, tell them about it. You know, I'm going to be talking about how Team Cycle Bonus works, what the benefits of coaching are, how you coach, is it a pyramid scheme or not, just tons and tons of topics. And I'll be posting little short videos throughout the day for those 3 days for them to watch and answer questions. And then if they have any more questions, they can go to you. So that'll be June 5, 6, and 7. So put that on your calendar and be sure to invite anybody to that.
It's 3 days, you said?
What was that?
3 days?
Yep, it'll be a 3-day open house. Yep. Tonight I'm going to make an advertisement for it, and I'll post it up so you guys can use the advertisement if you want.
Oh, okay, great.
Do all that. So let me share my screen here. Hold on just a second. Okay. So I want to talk a little bit today about our personal profile page and what are some good things to do and what are some not good things to do on your personal profile page. And I'm still learning a lot about this too. So I'm not perfect, and some days I do stuff that just flops. You know, nobody will like it, etc. But there are some things, some pointers that really, really have helped me. So main thing is, and I posted about this on the Motivation Nation, so I don't know if you all saw that, but your profile picture. Think about your profile picture as being the first impression that somebody gets when you're talking to them. So right now, you're probably talking to a lot of your friends and family, and they already know you, so you might not feel like it's really important. It's like, oh, they know who I am. But eventually, you're going to get to the point where you're only talking to new people who have never met you before. They've never talked to you in real life. They've never heard your voice. They've never seen your face. They came to you from Instagram, MyFitnessPal, or your like page, and they came to your page to look at you. So you want your profile picture to be a professional looking picture and to actually show your face so they can put a face to a name. and you want it to be a good first impression. Just like if you were going to go on a first date, you know, like you're not going to show up in sweatpants and like workout gear because you want them, you know, on a first date, you want to look good. You want to look pleasing to the eye, I guess you could say. So if you have a picture of yourself, luckily Anita's husband took some headshots of us, so I just keep that as mine. But it doesn't have to be a professional headshot, just something that looks nice. Have a smile, have good lighting. You don't want it to be so dark. I've seen some people that I talk to who it's really hard for me to have a conversation with them because their profile picture is so dark. I'm like, is this a real person or are they like trying to hide themselves? It's kind of weird talking to somebody who you can't see their face in their profile picture. So good lighting, positivity, not too much going on, definitely no words. Try not to make it like a Pinterest type looking thing because you want it to be a picture of you. The next part is your banner, this banner right up here. When you're making a banner, just remember that right here, your profile picture is going to cover up that little corner of it. So don't really put anything over there because nobody will ever see it. And when somebody is scrolling through or looking at your page on their cell phone, the only thing they see is the very middle part of the banner. So right here where I have my family picture, that's the only thing that shows up on a cell phone when you're scrolling. So when you're making your banner, try to have the most important part centered. And banners, same thing. You want them to be positive. You can have words in your banner like I do if you want. You don't even have to have any pictures of yourself if you really don't want to in your banner. I want to change mine. That's on my to-do list this week. Just to update it. That was last Mother's Day, so it's been a long time. But try to make it look professional as well. Oh, there's Jackie's face. How are you?
Oh, you see me now?
I can see you now. Yes.
Oh, good. I don't know what I did.
Yes. And where do you live again, Jackie?
Pardon?
Where do you live again?
Alberta? Does that ring a bell for you, Canada?
Oh, yes. That's
okay.
Right. Yes. So I would just notice it's so sunny in the background, and I was like, oh, she's somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Nice out.
It's dark here. It's like 9:30.
Oh, really? It's only like 7:30 here, so.
Awesome. Okay. So that is, you want to make sure everything looks professional, okay? Everybody that's on this call and everybody on our team usually does a good job, you know, so it seems silly to me to be going over this, but it's just helpful to have a reminder. Now, when you're posting stuff, it's kind of the same thing. You want to make sure to be posting engaging posts that look nice, that are not too dark, and some things that you definitely don't want to ever post. And this is my opinion, so take it or leave it. You know, you can do your own thing if you want. But I personally, if I'm scrolling through my newsfeed, if somebody is like bashing their ex-boyfriend's mom, or, you know, like, and it's like a cuss word every other word, I literally go through and I unfollow that person because I'm like, I do not want to see posts like that. It's depressing to me. I want only positive things. So you want to try to think about who your target audience is. For me, it's mid-30s moms who are trying to get fit, who probably most of us work. We're career women who like to have more than just our families. You know, we like to be active. So that's who I'm targeting, and I'm a positive person. I want to target positive people. So when you're posting, you want to think about, who am I targeting? Who do I want on my team is basically what you're thinking. Who do you want on your team to be a coach? Because the people who follow you and start liking your posts and who every day are like, oh my gosh, I love Jackie. I love seeing her face every day. Those are the people who are going to come to you and join your challenge groups and eventually join your team. So you want to find those people, and you want to make sure that the people that you want on your team. If you want a positive powerhouse team, you want to target to those people. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
after this phone call, I challenge you all to sit down and write out the qualities in your perfect coach. Sit down and think to yourself, who would my perfect coach be? And start writing down who that is. And look at that list and then start targeting that audience. Be that person in your posts. It's probably that list that you write will probably describe you pretty much to a T, because most people are looking for themselves in a coach. But try to be that person. And a lot of times you can think about somebody that you follow that you really like. A lot of us love Anita, which is why we're all in her downline. So a lot of us will kind of act like her in our posts. Or Leslie. I love following Leslie because she is so into fashion. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but she has a really good eye for fashion, and it's kind of high-end fashion. But honestly, I am not a fashion person. I love fashion, but I suck at it. Like, people are not going to follow me because I'm fashionable. I just know that for a fact. So I don't make a lot of fashion posts because that's not who I am. But if that's who you are, then definitely make a lot of posts about that. My posts are more about working out, about having a family, eating healthy, and being positive, being confident in yourself. I'm very, very sensitive to confidence. I want everybody to feel confident in themselves no matter what. And I'm a lover, not a hater. So I'm like, love the world, And so I kind of come across that way in my posts. So you want to just figure out who you are, who you want on your team, and target that person. Okay. That's pretty much it for posting. You just want to target those people, stay away from negativity. I personally stay away from swear words because in real life I don't swear very often. So it would be really weird to see me swearing on Facebook. But you just have to be yourself too. So it's kind of an odd, I'm a Christian, so I post about Christianity. If you were like a vegan or something, you can post about that. But post about who you are, but always put it in like a positive light. So people will be like, oh, I want to be with her. I want to be her friend. I want to follow her. Do you guys have any questions about that?
No, I think that I have a comment, not a question, but I have noticed that since I've become part of the Beachbody team, and Eric too, that we are very conscious of what we're posting, and so we even won't post with any kind of alcohol typically, because I feel like it's sending a different message than, and of course we drink, we have cocktails, but I'm more conscious of posting those pictures than we used to be. I mean, it's fine that we drink and, but I feel like it could be sending a mixed message to our potential clients.
I totally agree. And if you really want to really hone in, follow the top 10 or 25 coaches and see what they're posting about. I guarantee you're not going to see a post of Lindsay Matway, who was the #1 coach last year, taking a shot at a bar. She would never post that. Mm-hmm. Not that she doesn't. I've taken shots with her, and that's totally fine. But it's kind of like you're trying to attract the right person. And if you're posting those type of posts, that's who you're going to attract. And that might sound mean to say that. I don't know, but it's just life, I guess. Just like growing up, my dad always said, choose your friends wisely, and it's the same thing. You should really care about how people look at you and view you, and really try to hold yourself in a positive light, so that they respect you and have that respect for you, which is huge. I think that's huge in everybody's life. So same with depressing and sad posts. If you're having a bad day, it's okay to post about a difficult time in your life. That's actually a really good thing to post about. Every now and then I'll post about I was born with a cleft lip and palate. and grew up with very mixed emotions about that, and I struggled with that for a long time. So every now and then I'll post about something like that, but I'll post it in a positive way. What I learned from it, how it has changed my life for the better, because it has. I would not go back and change that for anything. So if you're having a bad day, that's okay. But before you post about it, try to post about it in a positive way. I woke up and this happened and this happened and this happened, but I'm still smiling or something, like just make it positive so that people don't shy away from you. People are not going to want to talk to you if you're constantly saying, my day sucks. I don't like my life. Everybody's going to be like, oh, don't talk to her. So just positive everything. That's just so, so important. Okay. Any other questions? Jackie, what about you? I haven't seen you or talked to you in a... No, did you say you just moved?
No, I'm moving this weekend coming.
This coming weekend, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, How is that going?
Well, this is my room right now.
Oh,
So
there.
I got a little caught up in the cleaning, and I was like, oh shoot, it's 7:30 already. So I apologize for being late and missing most of it, but yeah, trying to get things cleaned up and stuff like that and ready to go. So
what are you sitting on? Like a tote?
Nothing. I'm sitting on the floor. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's fun. That is dedication. That is awesome. I'm very happy that you're here. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So how far are you moving?
Just like 2 minutes down the road, literally. Oh. So it's just it's in another community where there's more kids around and stuff, because the place that we live in doesn't have any kids. So he'll be around all of his friends and stuff like that. So.
Oh, that'll be so helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you told me that. That would be really helpful.
Yeah.
I wish our neighborhood is an older neighborhood. I can't talk right now. And so we have a lot of retired people in our neighborhood, and they're really nice and they're really sweet, and they're like, oh, we love Cece. But it would be really cool to have some other friends around. So hopefully a year we can move and do this thing, get closer to other people our age.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Cool. Do you have any questions about anything Beachbody? I know you're just kind of getting your feet wet, so.
Not really any questions, but like I had said before, I have a big problem with like adding, people and stuff like that. Like I know a lot of people, I just don't add a whole lot of people to my personal page.
Okay.
I think probably because the city that I live in is a smaller city, and the position that I have, like where in my work, is attaches me to a lot of people. So I don't want to mix business and pleasure at the same time. Like I don't want it to interfere with my work life and my work to interfere with my personal life. So I have a hard time like adding, people and stuff like that, because most of the people are, parents or, just people that we know around the community or whatever. Right. So I don't want to start adding, parents and stuff like that to my page. So it makes it a little bit difficult for me to start adding people and like, introducing myself, because I'm not that outgoing. I'm a little bit more shy. So.
And that's okay. It's totally fine. Most of the top coaches and most coaches in general are kind of shy. It's actually a very common trait in the Beachbody world. So you're definitely not alone there. One thing that I had to do when I first started was tell myself that Facebook is now my business, and it is not for pleasure anymore. And I had to kind of break up with Facebook and be like, okay, this is my business. Everything I do on here is for business purposes now. Besides, since I'm still screen sharing, I can show you this. What I do is over here on the left side of your screen where you have your groups and stuff, there's this little part that says friends. If you click on there and say more, you can create a list of all your friends. So I have my list right here is family, and I'll go in there, and if I want to scroll through a news feed, that's where I scroll. As I scroll through my close family, and it's usually stuff like that that I don't really care about. It's all my husband. He's on Facebook all the time. But that's kind of where, if I want to have just a lazy night and scroll through, as I scroll through family, there's a couple other ones. I have all my coaches in there and stuff too. But then the rest of my Facebook is for business. And when you're inviting and stuff, you don't have to invite your friends and family. I don't invite any of my family anymore. I did in the beginning, but now they all know what I'm doing, and they'll come to me if they want anything. Like just today, my sister-in-law came to me when we were up north, and she said, "Hey, I really want to do Body Beast." She's been seeing that I've been doing it. So she came to me, but I would never just go up to her and be like, "Hey, you want to do Body Beast?" Because that would be weird. You know, like she knows what I'm doing. She'd come to me. But you basically have to just kind of make Facebook your business. And if you don't want to add those people, that's fine. But eventually you're going to need to grow your network in order to grow your business. Because if you have only, 100 or 200 friends, and they're the only people that are seeing your posts, eventually you're going to run out of people that might want to join your challenge group. You can only ask those 100 to 200 people so many times if they want to join you before they unfriend you and be like, "Screw you, I'm leaving." And that will happen if you do it too often too. So I guess a good way to add friends that I don't do very often anymore, just because I've kind of run out of time for it and I'm finding friends other places. But when I first started, I went, and I'll show you a couple, well, I can't show you the group pages because they're very private, but because I was born with a cleft lip and palate, I was like, I'm going to join. I was actually already a part of a couple of them, but I joined a couple more groups about like people who were born with cleft palates, very specific groups to me. And I started interacting in those group pages and commenting and, like making friends. Which was really fun. I've made some really good friends through there. And that was a good way to find new friends, was in those groups. So I wouldn't pick like a fitness group, because more than likely there's going to be a lot of Beachbody coaches in there. But if there's something specific to your life that you can find a group about, that's a good way to meet new people online. A good way to do that, you don't want to go into the group and just start adding friends. But if you see something, like in my Clefty groups I would join, I would see somebody post something about like being self-confident or whatever. I would post and say, "Hey, I agree," or something. And then I would PM that person and be like, "Hey, I think we have a lot in common, not only with the cleft, but we both agree in women having self-confidence, etc." And I would start a conversation about that and then add them as a friend. And I wouldn't mention Beachbody at all, but I would add them as a friend, and eventually they'll see from my page and what I post that I'm a Beachbody coach. And if they want to join, they'll come to me. It sounds like a lot of work, but it really only takes a couple minutes a day of looking through the group and responding to people's posts and commenting and interacting and making friends in an online group. So what do you like to do? What are your interests outside of like fitness?
Well, when you were just saying that, I guess I had a few ideas. Like, I'm a director in a daycare, so there's a lot of like daycare groups, or like different early childhood approach groups or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I'm also a licensed teacher, so
Teaching.
There's a lot. Sorry.
Teaching groups, yeah.
Yeah, teaching groups and those types of things. So I think, though, if I can definitely take a look and see if there's anything like that, and then maybe start interacting there. That's a good idea.
Just making friends. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. I used MyFitnessPal is where I found a lot of people in the beginning. That's how I met Anita, was through MyFitnessPal, which is why I started using it. So I have a training video on that if you ever want to watch that. That's a good.
I have a question. You do have a video about it, Jill?
I do, yep. It's on my YouTube. So if you...
I don't know how to get there.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't have a YouTube account yet. I don't know my way around that.
Yeah, if you have a Gmail, let me write this down. that I'll send it to the team page too. If you have a Gmail account, then you already have a YouTube account. It's all connected. I don't remember how I all did all that, but I know that now when I go to YouTube, this is my YouTube page. And Cecilia watches YouTube all the time, so that's why all of these are up here. But over here on the left-hand side are people that I follow on YouTube and people that Cece follows. I see she's followed quite a few people lately. So you would find me, follow me, and then you can go into my playlists, and there are a whole bunch of team training videos. There's 30 videos in here. And one of them is MyFitnessPal. Let me find it. Right here. How to use MyFitnessPal for your business. So I'll copy it in a minute and put it in the team page. But I have tons of videos in there. But I find a lot of people on that. And right now I'm doing that Instagram training, and so hopefully I'll learn how to find more people on there too. And I'll make a video once I feel more confident about it. But there's so many different ways than just in your community. So I just don't want that to hold you back. It's okay if you don't want to add the people in your community, and I can totally understand that. Like my boss, I work at a dental office. Luckily, he likes what I do. He asks me every day, how's your Beachbody business doing? You know, like he's really cool about it. But if he wasn't, I'd probably block him from seeing all of my stuff because I don't want him to, get mad about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But no, he's all for it. So I totally get that for sure. And that's fine, but there are lots of other ways to add people. So Try those group things. Watch some MyFitnessPal video. Try doing that if you want. Try to get into Instagram. A lot of people use Twitter. I've never used Twitter. I don't even have an account, so I can't tell you anything about it, but I'm sure there's training videos out there. And just really educate yourself on social media and what else you can use.
Okay.
That's a good question because it's hard. That's probably that, along with inviting people, are the two hardest things. Adding friends and then inviting them to a challenge group. That's always a scary thing to do.
That's another thing, is that challenge group, and I've been thinking about starting my like a free challenge group or whatever, just to get it out there kind of thing, but I'm just so worried that nobody's going to want to come.
People will come, especially if you do a free group right away.
Free one first.
Yeah. Sarah,
it's hard, right? Hard to like what if nobody comments on my stuff? Like and I feel like I'm the only one, and I see people saying, "What? No one's participating in my group," and I don't want it to be like that. So.
Yeah.
Well,
I have a suggestion.
Have a positive attitude and post daily, and be active in the group yourself. A lot of times I find the groups that don't do well for me are the ones where I've kind of not been a good leader and not posted a lot myself, and then other people don't post. So as long as you're active in the group, people will. They will. Like a good first free group to do is either like a clean eating or like healthy eating group, or you could do like a squat challenge, like a 7-day squat challenge or a 7-day plank challenge. I would keep it to like 7 days, so you're not putting too much energy into it, but something like that where every day people post a video of them doing 100 squats or something, something just fun. People will get involved. They're like, oh yeah, I need this, I need this in my life, and they'll get involved and they'll like it. I'll do it. Add me to it. I'll do it with you. So just do it. That's all I can say is just do it.
Okay.
I think you'll really enjoy it. But it's normal to be scared, so don't worry. We're all here for you.
Don't start it like Eric did. Eric, we kind of had trial and error because we didn't really I didn't know Joe at the time, and so we didn't really have anyone to go to because we were all very new. Mm-hmm. And Eric started his group and just started the group and then just put people in the group. And so then you're not getting participants that actually want to be part of the group. You're just getting, So my only suggestion to you, since you're new, would be to make sure that you make an event and then that way, then all the people that actually want to participate, they're only going to accept it if they actually want to participate.
Yeah.
And then more than likely you'll have people responding to all of your posts because they want to be there.
Exactly.
Right. That's a good suggestion.
We had one person that was involved in it. He was a really good friend. Otherwise, it was zero interaction in the whole group.
Yeah, because we just dumped people in there. We didn't know what we were doing, and it was quite evident.
Oh, that is so funny. That's funny. I hope you can laugh about it now, but
Yeah, he's still slightly bitter, but
it'll be fine. Nobody will know. A year from now, nobody will even remember.
right.
I know I get dumped in the groups every day, and I don't participate in them. I should see how many groups am I a part of. Every now and then I go and clean house and delete myself, but see all these groups, they just keep adding and adding. I don't know. I have no idea who all those groups are, except for my favorites. And yeah, every now and then I'll be like, whose Lash Bash party am I in? Like, what is this? I'm in like 20 right now. So yeah, definitely invite people first. But then that was a really good tip, Sarah. Do an event page first. Have you made an event page before or something?
Yeah, I have. I'm familiar with that.
Good. So do an event page, and then whoever RSVPs, then add them in. That's a great tip for sure. And add us too. Post the event page in the Motivation Nation and just ask all of us to join too, just for added support. That way, if and Sarah and Eric, you guys too, if there's ever a group in there that you guys are running that's nobody's participating, that's what we're here for. You add us and you say, hey, can you go love on some of my posts? And we'll all go in there and we'll like and we'll comment and we'll get it going again. We do that all the time as diamonds. We have a diamond chat, and if somebody posted something and they're getting nothing, they're getting crickets, they say, hey girls, help me out. And we all go to the page and we all start commenting. Or if you get a hater, somebody who's like really bashing on something, you tell us and we'll all go and help. We're not going to bash on that person, but we're going to support you in a positive way. So that's what we're here for. We're here to help each other.
Is Jackie underneath you, Jill?
What?
Is Jackie underneath you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Great. That's perfect. Then you'll get really great leadership. Good. We didn't know Jill existed, It was good when we found her. Now we're not going to let her go.
I'm glad. I'm so glad you guys reached out and let me help you. I really appreciate it.
Another thing that Sarah did in her group also was if there was no interaction for a long time, she would call everybody out on it. So then it'd pick up again after that.
Yeah.
Like, where's my photos? Where's my, updates?
Mm-hmm.
That could work too.
Okay.
And that's what people are there for. They join the group because they want accountability. They want you to call them out. Not in a mean way, but yeah, like where my photos at, something like that. People are like, oh gosh, I gotta get on that. It's so true. Just like a few weeks ago when I had a team call and nobody showed up. I called everybody out on it and everybody's like, oh, I'll be there. And then they started showing up again. It was just like, just people get busy and it's totally normal, but you just bring it to their attention and they come right back. So that's how you do it as a leader. Totally normal. So we have just a couple more minutes left. Do you guys have any questions? Any other questions?
I have another question.
Yeah.
So I recently met another Beachbody coach, and she lives in the same town that I live in. And I don't know how I came across her or anything like that. But I added her as a friend and we started chatting and stuff like that. And then in one of the moms pages or whatever that I belong to in the town that I live in.
Yeah.
There's a lot of chatter on the 21-day fix and stuff like that, and word is getting around and people are interested in stuff like that. So every time that I'll try and be there to say, hey, I can give you some more information or whatever.
Right.
And then she totally steals it from me.
Oh.
And I don't know how to bring that up or what's the rules on that, or is it a competition, or I didn't realize that you had to be the first one there all the time, and it's like prey.
Yeah, that's not very nice. I wouldn't bring it up to her, but I would just because you don't want to start a fight. That's just
No,
that's
but it's not nice, right? Like,
No,
am I
it's
not the only? Okay,
not-
because I didn't know how, like, how the.
Do you know who her upline is? Who signed her up?
Yeah, Danielle.
Danielle. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's-
So yeah,
Care tell us what her name is?
No, I don't want to start trouble.
No. I will just bring it up to Danielle. I won't say your name at all. I promise you. Danielle's a really good friend of mine. I call her my husband's girlfriend, other girlfriend. So we're really close, but I'll just ask her. I don't even know how I'm going to say it yet.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I just wanted to know, like, how that goes. Like, how does that go? Like, should I just, like, is it kind of like the first, like, if I see somebody else comment, I obviously am not going to comment because obviously I know how it feels when she does it to me. But
Exactly.
so it's not like we're all not going to pounce on that one lady for asking questions, right? It's not like a race to get to someone, is it?
No, that's really, it comes off as salesy.
Yeah.
And I really don't like that. It's totally fine to say, hey, I actually, especially if you've done the 21-day fix before, you can say, hey, I've done that before. I have a lot of information. If you need any help or have any questions, just let me know. Something very basic like that. Definitely don't like post your website or anything like, here, order right here. And then if somebody posts after you, I would just ignore it.
Yeah.
It sucks and it's mean and rude. Hopefully the person who was interested in the first place will kind of get that. Most people are like, well, that was kind of, like weird. But if not, you just got to move on. It's odd. It's just not good, proper form, I guess, is what all you can say.
Okay.
But I wouldn't bring it up to her, no. I wouldn't do it back to her. I would just kill her with kindness. And hopefully the person who's ever posts that you're talking about will realize, well, that girl's being a little pushy. Because usually when somebody posts after somebody else, it almost comes off as pushy or salesy. And people will get that. So if they want to message anybody, they would message the first person, I would think. I would, if that were me. I'd be like, ugh. So, but that sucks. I'm sorry that's happening.
Yeah, I just didn't know, like, what the, like how it works.
Yeah, there are no rules. If it's like a mom group and it's not anything Beachbody related, then nope, there are no rules.
Yeah.
But there are morals and there are ethics that we want to hold ourselves up to be respected. It all comes back to respect and kindness and running your business with integrity and honesty. That's what gets you there. In the long run, that's the best way. So just keep doing what you're doing and brush it off. And if she becomes too much of a hassle, then delete her as a friend.
Yeah.
You don't have to have her as a friend.
I actually remember because I was looking for someone to do Super Saturday with. And yeah, so I think that's where it came up. So
yeah. And now that will be awkward. It's like,
yeah.
She should know that. Like, that's weird. I think that's weird. And she might be one of those weird out there coaches that they come around every now and then. I had one that was crazy. Every now and then you'll run into a crazy person and there's no stopping them. And you just kind of wait for the tornado to pass. And you're like, okay, we're done with that. So she might be one of those and she might just go on, but don't let that stop you from going to a Super Saturday because they're really fun. And if you do go to a Super Saturday, connect with Danielle. She's really, really nice. Danielle is a sweetheart.
Danielle lives 3 hours away, so I was hoping to do it in Edmonton here because I know that they do one in Calgary and one in Edmonton. Yeah. So I wouldn't travel all the way to Calgary with it. And I know, like, I was reading some of the comments and stuff like that about Super Saturdays, and some of the girls were saying that it can get a little bit cliquey and stuff like that. So I just wanted to, being not super duper outgoing or anything, I wanted to have somebody to actually go with or whatever. So I don't think I'll be going with her, but I'll find someone else.
Yeah, that's too bad. I've never, you know, I am, we have less than a minute, so if I get cut off, sorry. I'm kind of shy too, and I've never felt, at a Super Saturday, I've never felt clicky. So that's too bad that they feel that way. But it might be just that one person's opinion too. You know, like one person might have sat next to somebody who was rude or something. And you have that anywhere in life. You know, anywhere you go, you're going to run into people who sometimes make you feel that way. But I wouldn't let that hold you back from a Super Saturday. They're really fun.